Welcome back to Woodsley Bees. This is Rob Summerlin from South Woodsley in Southern Ontario. I am a second year beekeeper. Last year I had one beehive. This year I have two nukes with two hives. My last year's hive died out, unfortunately. They were infested with small hive beetle. I lost my queen over the winter. Small hive beetle took a hold of it in the spring before I was able to get a queen. And by the time I was able to get a queen, it was really too late. The small hive beetle had just taken too much of a toll on the hive. I tried everything I possibly could, but was unsuccessful with saving them. So this year I have two hives, hive 1 and 4. Basically, I'm calling them hive 1 and 4 because there's room for 2 in the middle. And I was trying to save them, but it didn't work out. Today's goal, I have to set a goal when I'm doing a hive inspection. I have some Swiffer pads which I've cut into 4. So talking of small hive beetle, I'm going to use those, and I'm going to apply some peppermint oil to the Swiffer pads, which I've heard that small hive beetle don't like peppermint. So I've also got some candies that I picked up, and they're peppermint candies, and I'm going to put 1 in each hive body. The bees may well eat them, I don't know, but again, the peppermint might deter the small hive beetles. So last week I've been inspecting hive number 1, and I believe that the queen has left or died. I don't know. There was a queen in here when I first started the hive because I saw new brood, new comb, new brood and everything, but now I'm not seeing any eggs or brood. So all the original brood that was in there has hatched out, has emerged, and now I have worker bees and drone bees. So basically what I want to do is look in here today, see if there's a queen. Hopefully I see eggs, hopefully I see brood, I don't know. If I don't see anything, I'm going to see if I can find the queen. If I can't find the queen, then I've got the potential to buy one in Dresden, which is about a half an hour, 40 minutes up the road. And that would be tomorrow. I can pick her up tomorrow and slowly introduce her over the following few days. So that's my plan. I don't want to lose this hive. It's still too early in the season to give up on it. So they are bringing honey in. I don't want it to get honey bound. Hive number 4 last week, I added a 3rd brood box. I'm calling it a brood box tentatively because I don't have any queen excluders yet. More than likely they'll put honey in it. But again, I'll have a quick look in that top box in hive 4. That's really all I'm going to do with hive 4. I saw the queen 2 weeks in a row, last week and the week before, in hive 4, so I'm happy she's in there doing her duties. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my gloves on. I'm going to take 4 of these partial pieces of Swiffer pads, and I'm going to open up hive number 1 and take a look, see if I can find the queen, and then we'll end up putting the Swiffer pads in there. And we'll see how things go. Let's open up hive number 1. Okay, so remove the brick. Keeps the lid down. I got a little bit of smoke here. No idea if I really need any or not. Bees have been pretty calm, although last week, Monday, I did an inspection on Sunday, and then Monday I put the extra brood box on hive 4, and I did get stung on my finger, my little finger, so my hand did swell up a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, so I have been feeding these, but they're not really taking it anymore, so I may just take that away. That's been there since last Sunday, so not a week, but they're not really taking it, so I'm assuming they don't need it. So I may not replace that. Where is my hive tool? Okay, I got these on the lid. Including the dead one, that's too bad. Or is she having a nap? Okay, I got bees on the lid. Bees on the lid. Okay, so I'm looking for brood. I want to see some brood is what I'd like to see. So there's less activity down at this end. So I'm going to take this frame out and see what I can see. It's not heavy at all. The comb is relatively empty. It's a pretty new comb, I think, but it's empty. There's nothing on there at all. A little bit of pollen in here. Sorry, a little bit of nectar in here. Not much. Okay. I don't really expect to see anything until here, so I'm not kind of not expecting to see any brood for a bit, if there is any. Okay, a little bit of nectar in here. Nice comb. Lots of nectar. Queen will not be on this frame. If there is a queen, that is. Alright, that's 2 out of the way. Now I can just use the hive body, leave them in the hive and just move them over. A little bit of smoke. Okay, this is a fairly heavy frame. Look at the honey on that. Can you see it? I can't see that. That's 3/4 honey and some nectar, and this side is just a little bit of honey on the top corner. That's all new comb. It looks good. I don't see any beetles or anything. It looks nice. Just move them out of my way a little bit. Fairly heavy frame again. Looks like all pollen and nectar. Now this is black foundation. If there were eggs in here, I would see them. I don't see, there's no eggs, no larvae. No eggs, no larvae on that side either. Lots of honey and nectar. Little tiny bit of pollen, not much. Okay, now I'm hoping to see some brood somewhere in here. A little bit of cross combing here. Now, I know there was no brood last week in this hive. Whether there's a queen in here or not, I don't know. This is a frame that I added, and they drew all this comb out when I first put it together, and there was some brood put in there originally when the hive first started. Again, there's that queen cup by my thumb. If you can see that by my thumb. Hang on, I've got to move this. Yeah, that's better. I can see the camera now. Yeah, there's a queen cup, a little tiny queen cup right here. Nothing in it though. I don't see eggs or larvae. There is some pollen. Yeah, there's some pollen down here in this corner. I'm gonna have a quick scan, see if I can see a queen. I don't think I see one. No. Switch it around. Hang on, what do I see here? I see eggs and larvae. Oh, that's fantastic. I see eggs and larvae. Now I'm going to hold this up. I don't know if you can see that, but there are eggs and larvae in there on this frame. That is fantastic. So there is a queen in here. The question is now, where is she? That's great. That's great. Oh, I'm so pumped. Oh, that's great. Fantastic. Be nice to be able to find her now. She's going to be on a frame with eggs, and this frame does have some eggs. Wow. That's exciting. So I think actually today what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them some more room, because there isn't a whole lot of empty comb, and she needs room. She needs to have room to lay. That's great, guys. Wow, it's brilliant. So now there's no rush, there's no concern. So they must have had a new queen, because there was nothing in there last week. I know that for a fact. Let me have a look at this frame. Pollen, larvae. Lots of larvae. There was no larvae last week, there's lots this week. I'm just having a quick scan, see if I can find the queen. I'm expecting if she's in here, she's not going to be marked. Trying to look for something different, that's what they tell you. If you want to find your queen, look for something different. And she's often like running around hiding in spots. She doesn't like the sunlight, she likes to stay out of the sun, so quite often she'll probably run underneath the hive, underneath the frame that you pick up. But yeah, I see larvae in there. I almost don't really need to look at any more. Really, that satisfies me. That's great. I'm going to look at one more frame, because I think past this it's going to be honey again. The outside frame's all honey. That's 2 frames of brood. There's nectar in here. Looking with the sun behind me. Yeah, there's royal jelly down in the bottom of some of these cells. Now there is a queen cup here. Nothing in it. I think I'm going to get rid of that. There is an egg in it. There is an egg in that queen cup, but I've just I've just wrecked it. I don't think we need the queen. I don't think we need the queen cup. I want to get rid of that. I don't want them swarming. They obviously have a queen, because I've seen eggs. They look like brand new eggs. So, right, I'm not going to inspect anymore. I've seen eggs, I've seen larvae. They're starting to get a little bit upset with me. Just a little bit, but their sound is good. It's not, it's pretty quiet. I don't hear the engine roar that you know, when they're queenless, they tend to roar. Now they're starting to get a little bit louder. There's a wasp in there. Get her, girls. Get that wasp out of there, girls. Get out. Okay, I need to close this hive up. Okay, so that's fantastic. That's great. I'm so pleased. I can come back here and put this other box on and put some frames in there for them to draw out some comb. I'm going to even look in my other hive body. I'm sure I might even have some spare empty frames. So I'm just going to leave that there for now. And I want to have a quick look in hive 4 to see if they're making honey. So this is hive 4. Taking the brick off. I got some smoke, a little bit of smoke under the lid. Nothing on the lid. Spider. Get my hive tool. Crack that open. Put some smoke under there. Bunch of bees on the lid. Couple dozen. Queen's not up here. Okay, so last week I added a whole bunch of empty frames, and I think it was 1 or 2 frames with comb, and they were just from a medium, even though this is a deep box. So they haven't done anything with this frame. Maybe cleaning it up, that's all. I checkerboarded those 2 frames between this. They haven't touched it. And that's fine. They'll get to it when they need it, right? Okay, this frame too had comb on it. It's just a medium frame in a deep box again. They haven't touched it. Maybe they're cleaning up the comb, but that's about it. I don't see any eggs in there. This is white foundation, white plastic foundation. Now there are bees up here, but I wouldn't say there's a ton of bees up here. no real need to look at any other frames. There are some bees on it, but not a lot. So what I'm going to do now is with this hive, where do I put the peppermint? Right in the middle, right where the hole is on the lid. And let's look at these Swiffer pads. I know I didn't do one yet, but we're going to add to that still. So this is for the small hive beetle, to catch them. They get their legs caught in these Swiffer pad pieces. I'm going to put 4 at the top of each hive. This is so much easier when it's not windy. And then I'm actually going to put, this is, like I say, peppermint. There's a bunch of that, a whole bunch of drops on that. That's really all I plan to do in this hive for this week. I know they had lots of room. She got room to lay, they got room for honey and everything else, so that's good. That's basically it, guys. Cleaning out the old dead out, get rid of those frames, make sure there's no small hive beetle going into 1 or 4. Hive 1 has a queen. Hive 4, I know they have a queen, and they're growing, and they've got room to grow for putting more honey up top. I'm going to be adding frames into hive number 1. I'm actually going to go buy some today as well. So they've got some brand new frames and they can put some comb on that. I'll probably add some, maybe I'll add some liquid feed on top so they can help draw out honey. But that's it, guys, for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you again for another bee video. I'm gonna see, maybe can I have a look in this hive for frames that I might be able to use. Now this frame is the dead out. There was no disease at the, oh boy, it's full of ants. That's not fun. Yeah, ants have taken over. That's a problem. That's the problem when you don't have bees in your hive. So this hive, yeah, I need to take care of this, get rid of everything and start fresh. Kind of figured that there might be an issue with this hive because I knew there were no bees in it. Oh, there is comb in here that I could probably use. Should probably put it in the freezer for a few days. So I might do that. In fact, I think I will do that. Let's see if there's any small hive problems. Small hive beetle problems. This frame looks good other than there's nothing in it. Yeah, there could be some small hive beetles. Yeah, there's probably some small hive beetles in there. So that needs to be scraped off. Or at least left out for the bees to do what they want to do with it. Yeah, there's a bit of small hive beetle going on in there. But it's to be expected. When you leave a frame with nothing on it, you can expect it. So I got, oh, there's a bit of small hive on there too. Okay, these have all got to go in the freezer or left out for a little while. Yeah, wax moth in there. It makes sense. It makes sense. I've left it unattended with nothing in it. So I'm going to leave these frames out in the sun on the patio. Let the frames come and rub them out. Let the bees come and rub them out, I mean. They're not too terrible. They're not too terrible, mostly just empty. But I will leave them out for the bees to clean up over on the patio somewhere. And then this hive body can get put away. I don't need to leave that out here. This was an old 8 frame. It was my original hive. I'm going to look at the bottom board and kill wax beetle, wax moth, wax beetle, small hive beetle, and any larvae. Not too much on there, a little bit. It's not too terrible. Anyway, it's good to get rid of it now. So I'm going to do that.